no longer desiring the things of God, God has a help for you. The first step in understanding the great controversy is that God is love. God is love. You know, being a pastor, oftentimes I'm called to just really be strong for other people. It's the Christian thing. But oftentimes in my own life, I find myself just not wanting to deal with it. And instead that I go to the Father. You know, Jesus cast out many demons. The word cast out is used so many times. But he says something beautiful in John chapter 6, verse 37. Whoever comes to me, I will no wise cast away. He won't cast you away. Even tonight, you can put a joy in the heart of God. You can make God smile. Oh, why when they were speaking to this minister who was trying to preach that God did not want his people to smile. And she says, brother, you are mistaken. Christ smiled. He had joy. And he desires to have that joy tonight. You want to make God happy? Just come to him just as you are. Your burdens, the darkness you feel, the separation. God desires to come to him just as you are. Just as you are. You bring joy to the heart of the Father. Today, you can actually have this Sabbath by making Father Christ in the Spirit joyful. Do you want to do that? Do you want to make God happy today? I do. God says, it's not about what you do. You just come to him. You just come to him just as you are. You come to him. I want to end with this story. One of the worst times in my life was when I was going to college. Not because I was going to college. Let the dogs out. Here's the thing. Listen to me. Don't let the devil distract you. We'll stop at nothing. We'll stop at nothing. Folks, listen to me. There's an eternal decision being made tonight. It just takes place when one person comes to God, just as they are. When I was going to college, spiritual college, I loved it. I began to find myself falling. I found myself no longer feeling the joy to want to be in the chapel with all the other people who were singing praises to God. I found myself crumbling spiritually, and I thought to myself, I'm in a spiritual school. Why is this happening to me? I couldn't understand it. And I put the smiles on for everybody else, but inside my heart, I knew that I was in failure. You know why Jesus wept in John chapter 11? Not for Lazarus. The dead was about to be made alive. But for the living were dead. And Jesus weeps over those who push themselves away. And during that time, I was pushing myself away from God. I said, God, why am I struggling so much? It's just struggling. And I'm supposed to be spiritual. And it was then that we had this powerful preacher come who did a week of prayer. And he preached his heart out. And I just felt my heart stirred again. And I went up to him and I said, you know, I want to talk to you sometime after this, one of your messages. I wasn't trying to get in his way. I know a lot of people were trying to talk to him. And he said, talk to me tomorrow morning. Right after the morning chapel, I went up to him. And he looked at me and he said, before you came up to me, I saw you in the third or fourth row, and he said, I knew something was wrong with you. I knew that there was something wrong with you. And I began to share with him my struggles. Do you know when Jesus showed up to Jerusalem, he was showing up in a special way to encourage and comfort them? Do you know Jesus is visiting you today at prayer conference? This is your time, the time of visitation. Jesus is And that preacher, he encouraged me so much. He told me God still has plans for my life. And I said, but I've messed up so many times. He said, listen to me. God still has plans for your life. And then I came up with another excuse. I said, you don't understand what's going on with me. I'm really struggling with depression right now. And he said, put your shoulders up. He says, you are a child of God. God holds you during your time of darkness. He hasn't let you go. And it was because of the words that man said that I continued. I was this close to leaving the college and giving it my ministry. God is visiting you tonight in a special way, and He is calling you to come just as you are. Just as you are. And say, Lord, here I am. This is all I got. God says, that's okay. That's all I need. We're going to do something special tonight. I want to call up the white team, the pastoral leader.